You are listening to Impact Online, brought to you by 8482 Media. My name is Eli, the founder of 8482, and I've been creating content and digital education for businesses since 2016. We've generated millions of views, subscribers, and dollars for clients. This show will explain best practices, strategies, and lessons learned from content creators to help you achieve an impact online. If you enjoy this show and want to help it succeed, you can leave a 5-star rating. It will help grow the show so that we can dedicate more time and resources to bringing on the right people and collecting the most valuable information to help you stand out in an online world. Today's date is July 22nd, 2022. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about how to monetize a YouTube channel in 100 days and make money from anywhere in the world as a YouTuber. Guys, this morning I woke up with a pleasant surprise. I opened YouTube at 5 a.m. to upload a video for a client that needed to get uploaded. It had been exporting all night. And so right when I opened my eyes at 5 a.m., I remembered, oh shoot, let me upload this. I need to get it posted today, and it's going to take quite a while to upload. When I logged onto YouTube on the back end of this client's account, boom, I was hit with a notification that said, congratulations, you are now part of the YouTube Partner Program. So we had successfully monetized the channel. In this episode, I'm going to be reading and sharing, along with some added dialogue, a blueprint that I've written months ago that is on 8482 Media's website. It's also for sale on Amazon. So you can find it on Amazon or you can find it at 8482media.com. It is for sale, but I'm going to be giving everything in that blueprint for free in this episode. So if you enjoy this episode, please leave a rating on the show. If you do want to support us, you can of course pick up a copy of this blueprint from Amazon or from the website, but you don't need to. Everything is included in this episode for free. You can share it with anyone that you like, and it's really going to help you monetize that YouTube channel in 100 days or less. So a little background on the client. Took on this client 6 months ago, told them in 6 months we will be able to monetize your channel. Because we're not doing it full time, I didn't want to make the promise of being able to monetize in 100 days. Plus, the channel had a history with poor performance. It had been in existence for over 7 months. It had 60 subscribers. It had, only 100 or 2 hours of watch time. So we had a lot of work to do in that 6-month period. 3 days before that 6-month period was over, it was eligible for monetization. So we predicted it down to 3 days, which honestly, I'm not going to lie, was pretty cool. The client was extremely happy that they actually got somebody that told them when something was going to happen, and it happened. It was an all-around great process, and we applied for monetization 3 days ago, 2 days ago, and within 48 to 72 hours, YouTube got back to us and said, you're a go, welcome to YPP. So that's just a little backstory, and that's why I got motivated tonight to sit down and record this quick episode. I was just going to talk about some of the best experiences that we've had with monetizing that show. But honestly, since I've written this blueprint, since I put a ton of time and work into this, I want to share it with you. It's going to give you everything you need to get your YouTube channel monetized, whether you're starting it from scratch or whether you're working off a channel that has been around for a long time and you're frustrated that it hasn't hit those benchmarks yet, so you haven't been able to make passive income off YouTube. I really feel you. I've been in those situations, and I'm really picturing and envisioning someone for this episode, which is you. That's dream, is just to monetize a YouTube channel. If you could monetize a YouTube channel, if you could be making even, $50, $100, then that $1,000, that $5,000 a month off your videos, that would be game changing for you. And you're looking for a place that will deliver that information in a non-BS way, that from somebody that has, created over 6 figures in YPP earnings regularly and has done it over again. Not just got lucky once, but has taken a different client channel and done the exact same thing. I'm going to give you everything I possibly can in this episode. I've been in YouTube for about 10 years. The first channel that I ever monetized, I was 16. And this episode, I hope, gives you everything and more. If you guys have any specific questions, you can head over to the 8482 Media YouTube channel. You can drop a question on any video. Our team monitors that closely, and we'll get your question answered for you. And we can actually get specific tutorials created for you as well. But without further ado, let's get into this episode. How to monetize a YouTube channel in under 100 days and make money from anywhere in the world as a YouTuber. YouTube has provided the frameworks for creatives to make a living creating content. Top earners are making millions every single year from ad revenue and sponsorships, but small creators can make great money as well. Again, as we mentioned, even just a few $1,000s a month is life-changing money. That's rent, right? You can start saving after that. Creating a YouTube channel is going to allow you to generate awareness for your business if that's what you want to do, funnel traffic to your website, and create an additional passive income stream for you or your business. A lot of people create YouTube channels first and then actually turn that into a business, and you can do that as well. Here's the thing to remember. There are over 80,000 monetized YouTube channels. And although that might seem like a lot, it's only about 0.25% of all the active channels on the platform. So what this episode is going to give you, it's going to give you all the things to think about, consider, and I recommend grabbing a pad of paper and a notepad while you're going through this so you can brainstorm how you're going to implement everything as you go. Again, if you're driving, listening to this, don't do that. But you can, of course, listen to this back again later on. So I want to get into what this episode's not going to cover. I am not going to show you how to create a YouTube channel or post a YouTube video. The basics of how to navigate YouTube, title videos, optimize stuff for SEO is all for free. We have free videos recorded on that, screen recorded tutorials over on the 8482 Media YouTube channel. We have an evergreen YouTube creator playlist that's going to be updated with relevant changes to the YouTube algorithm. And any questions that you guys have specific to YouTube, you can comment on any videos and we will be creating new tutorials that are added to that playlist. Okay. That's how you can get a hold of us. What is this episode going to cover? All right. This episode is going to provide you with an evergreen strategy used for clients and entertainers who successfully monetize YouTube channels regardless of their niche. All right. This works over and over again, depending on whether you have a podcast, whether you're doing a vlog, whether you're just a business, you're doing exercise follow-alongs, anything. All right. Each and every YouTube channel is different, and treating YouTube's algorithm like a Mad Lib template won't work for every channel, but what's covered in this episode will, okay? We're providing strategy and information. We're not telling you need to post this type of video on this day, on this time. None of that stuff's going to work for you, okay? But what we're going to cover is, I've noticed patterns in channels that succeed and channels that fail. I've found the keys to kickstarting channels to that initial milestone of monetization. Think about this. There are over 2 billion active users on YouTube. So what do we have to do to monetize a channel? Again, we need 1,000 subscribers out of those 2 billion active users with accounts on YouTube. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to gain, ready for it, 0.0000005% of YouTube's users. That's goal number one, 0.0000005%. All right, that's 6 zeros. Okay. I might have said 5, I might have said 7, but that's 6 zeros. All right. That sounds pretty easy, right? That doesn't sound too hard, but here's the truth. It's going to be an easy process if you do it right, but it's going to be a very difficult process if you do it wrong. Why? Because every time you post a video, it's going to affect your channel's analytics. So the key analytics to monitor that you guys are going to always want to pay attention to are the click-through rate, that's abbreviation CTR, and the average view duration, abbreviation AVD. I'm going to cover more on those metrics later. And I'm also going to include at the end of this episode a specific bonus section that's going to go over a bunch of YouTube specific terms. If you're not familiar with them, I'm going to cover those so that when you're looking through analytics or you're talking to YouTubers or marketers or people that are trying to tell you what to do in this space, you can be like, okay, I know exactly what they're talking about. And I also probably know more than them after listening to this episode. So first steps first, let's reverse engineer that monetization milestone. That's what we're going to do first. Then I'm going to provide you the where and how behind researching similar channels and model content that works for YouTube's platform. So here's the thing. There's no YouTuber that you should copy because it's always changing, but I'm going to show you how to actually check if it's always changing and what it's always changing to, and you can model your content after that. Next, we're going to discuss the do's and don'ts of creating content and making successful videos. We're going to explore some growth hacks and explain YouTube's algorithm. All right, so you're going to understand how YouTube's algorithm works. Again, it's big on CTR, click-through rate, which we went over, and average view duration, AVD. Right, so we're going to talk about more about that. In order to monetize your YouTube channel, you're going to need to hit 2 milestones, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. There's also another, which is you're going to need to comply with YouTube's rules. All right, if you don't, you're not going to be able to monetize those videos and you're not going to be able to monetize your channel, right? They might not allow you to enter YPP if you don't comply with their rules and regulations for YPP. And YPP, again, is the YouTube Partner Program. So whenever I say YPP, that's what we're trying to join so that you can start earning money, right? We're not quite done. In this episode, you're going to learn how to attack each of those, the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 hours of watch time, and what happens if you hit one but not the other. It's really common for you to hit one first and really struggle with the other, okay? So finally, I'm going to share how YouTube is different from every other platform with regard to growth and why I believe it is and will always be, if it, keeps doing what it's doing, one of the most valuable social media platforms for growing a loyal audience. This episode will provide you with everything you need to grow a massive audience and generate income that nobody around you could comprehend possible for simply making videos online. Guys, when I enter this space and when I tell people how much money, the different channels that I'm working on or have played some aspect or some role in actually make, they don't believe me. It's just kind of hard to comprehend that, you could be buying real estate with video content ad revenue, or you could quit your 9-to-5 job. All right. So these are things that, if you want to spend time behind a computer and if you want to get good at creating content and if you want to learn and master this stuff and you want to dedicate a portion of your life, 100 days, for example, to really going all in, you could completely change your life. Okay. So I hope you're ready to listen. I hope you're ready to get started. I am. We're going to start by reverse engineering that goal of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The goal is to monetize. The goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. But which one should you focus on first and why? Have you ever thought about that? When I log onto YouTube and click switch accounts, I have the privilege of seeing and studying countless client accounts ranging from channels with hundreds of thousands of subscribers all the way down to 0 to 10 subscribers. I'm not just going to be telling you how to do this. I've actually built a business of doing this for countless clients, and I'm on the back end studying analytics for different sized channels in different niches, posting different content every single day. I've had the personal experience of starting channels from 0 and turning them into passive income streams for friends and myself, as well as clients, of course. The first channel I ever monetized, I was 16 or 17 years old, and YouTube has not left my site since then. I've been building channels and posting on YouTube and studying YouTube since. From my experience, with few exceptions, 4,000 hours of watch time will be the most challenging metric to achieve. The few exceptions I am referring to are if your videos fall into the following categories. And pay attention and see if you can guess why that 4,000 hours of watch time metric is going to come first. Number 1, study beats, if you're posting study beats. 2, meditation music. 3, long-form vlog videos. 4, gaming live streams. 5, follow-along workouts. 6, follow along website building tutorials, like complete long form website building tutorials. And 7, long form podcast channels. So hopefully you notice the pattern, right? The primary exceptions are channels that post extremely long videos that people want or need to watch in order to solve their problem. So when you think about people that are watching YouTube, anytime they click on your video, they're solving a problem. They might be extremely bored and they want to watch it because it's entertaining. Boom, solving a problem. They might not know how to do a standing lateral raise or lose some body fat or build some muscle, so they click on your video. Boom, solve the problem. So if a person's problem is that they have no music to listen to while they study, well, chances are they want that study music to be as engaging and as long as possible. If you just post a 1-minute study song, who's gonna want to listen to that? Nobody's gonna want to listen to that. They want to stay focused. They're using the music to solve their problem and help them focus when they don't want to necessarily, right? If they were just great at studying, they would study without music, but they need that music. It's solving a problem. And if it's 2 hours long, well, that might actually solve their problem more because they can study more. If it's 3 hours long, that might, increase the chances that they click on it because they know it's not going to stop. Okay. So if a person's problem is they need to meditate, I'm going to take another example, but they don't have the right ambient music, they will want that music to be arguably as long as possible. They might click the 20-minute song because they want to meditate for 20. They might hit the 10 if they want to meditate for 10. But over a 30-second song or a 1-minute song, they're going to be picking a longer video, right? If they want to meditate, they're going to want to listen to that long meditation. These are 2 examples of how to intelligently reverse engineer the watch time milestone for YouTube's monetization requirement. Here's the key. If you want to reverse engineer watch time, you want to create videos where the viewer's problem remains unsolved if the duration of your video is very short, right? You want to create a video where the viewer's problem does not get solved if the video is short. That is going to increase watch time on your channel. The challenge comes when your niche requires solving viewers' problems as quickly as possible. So for example, the 8482 Media channel, on purpose, we're trying to solve people's problems as quickly as possible just because we want to help people, So we're telling them how to monetize a YouTube channel, how to check their title to see if it's going to perform well on YouTube, how to quickly view Google Trends so they can see what topics they might want to create YouTube videos off of, things like that. So we focus on solving problems, but we have to do it in a very short way, or else we're not actually solving people's problems ethically because we're taking up too much of their time and we just want to give it to them in a short possible way. That's where the challenge comes for watch time. Here's another example. I personally love fitness and health, so I work with a variety of fitness YouTubers and influencers. People are not looking for the 30-minute video on YouTube that solves their back pain. I mean, there might be a few that are, but they're looking for the 1-minute video that does. They want to solve that pain as quickly as possible. So those are 2 different examples, right, of how you can reverse engineer for watch time or not reverse engineer for watch time. My point being, depending on your niche and vision for the channel, either the 1,000 subscribers or the 4,000 hours of watch time is going to be the challenge. So I invite you right now to envision what your channel is or what you were thinking about your channel to be, and just know which one might come easier than the other and brainstorm ideas on how to reach those desired milestones. And I'm going to talk about that more later on in this episode. So when it comes to reverse engineering the process of monetizing your channel, the first question to ask is, does my niche serve watch time, subscribers, or both? Most channels serve either one or the other, but rarely both. If I know that Study Beats has the perfect music when I'm studying, I'll search for it. I'll search for that channel, like lo-fi beats. I love listening to lo-fi beats. I'm not subscribed to their channel, but when I want to study, I'll search for it so that I can listen to their music. If I know that CBS gives great short news clips, I'm not saying they do, I'm just saying hypothetically, I might subscribe to their channel, but I'm not going to be watching their content forever. I subscribe because they give me short, awesome news clips, right? So high subscribers, low view duration. I just want to hear the news and then I want to bounce. So if you can find a niche or create a channel where the problems you solve incentivize subscribers and watch time, you are a dime in a dozen and you're on your way to killing it on YouTube. But that's a lot harder than it sounds. Here are some ideas to increase watch time for those of you that believe your channel will hit the 1,000 subscriber milestone first. Number 1, entertain your audience with a relatable host. Unless you're recording screen recorded tutorials or you don't have a human being in your videos, this is really important. If I were to post 2 videos with the exact same script and edits, the only difference being the host, both those videos would have a clear difference in view duration and engagement. And I've done this and I've tested this, and it's a sad truth. All right. I don't know if it's sad. It's sad if you're the host, the video's not doing well or the channel's not doing well, but it's the truth. The primary hook that I've noticed after posting thousands of videos on YouTube is the host of the video. That's the hook. That's what people attach to or not. I cannot emphasize this enough, you guys. If your channel is stagnant or it is not gaining subscribers, consider posting content with a new or engaging host. Or just transform yourself. Switch it up. So if you are the primary host and worry that you're the primary issue, there are definitely things that you can do about it. Get some honest feedback on your channel from close friends. Monitor comments carefully. Those are your biggest free feedback systems. And reach out to our team through YouTube. You can comment on our YouTube channel and we'll give you some free feedback. All right, that's again 8042 Media. We will let you know an honest opinion of what we think is the root cause. Quick tips for standing out on YouTube if you are hosting the videos. The first one, emphasize each word and talk in a tone that stands out and will be remembered. You can create a catchy way of introducing your videos that your followers can get behind, so they recognize it every single time. They're like, oh yeah, I remember this guy, I love this guy, right? Or girl. Don't talk too fast. Don't talk too slow. All right, that's the third one. Next, focus on improving your audio quality, then focus on improving your video quality. This is very important. And I've seen many successful channels that do not have a high budget do this the complete opposite way, right? But the fact of the matter is audio is cheaper. Focus on increasing and improving the audio quality until you're at a point where, your audio sounds great. And then you can buy a new camera or focus on increasing your video quality. But audio quality, if people hear something, they're going to want to look towards it, right? You ever heard your name kind of from a corner, you're like, yo, what is that? And you go and you turn and you look towards it. Or you hear something, sketchy, or you hear something loud, or you hear something beautiful. You want to hear where it's coming from. So that goal is make it sound beautiful and people's eyes will be attached to it, right? The eyes follow the ears. Next, write down the 5 most annoying things about your content and work to eliminate them. So just watch your videos, write down 5 annoying things that might come up, and then work to eliminate them instead of trying to do X more or Y more or Z more, right? So if none of these things work, try taking the annoying things or the negative things and eliminating them instead of adding, trying to add more awesomeness. Next, you can edit out your and, but, so, and start using more jump cuts. Again, we show you how to do this on 8042 Media's YouTube channel. We're not going to be covering that in this episode, but you can learn some more editing tricks and improve the quality of your videos. Here's one that I'm really bad at. Be less serious and try to have more fun by taking the whole thing less seriously. People want to have fun. People want to be entertained. People want to live a fun life. So if you can get that across in your YouTube videos, that's great. All right, and the final one I want to add here before we go on to another point is pick someone specific that you're creating your content for and actually create it for a single person. It can be really hard being a YouTuber. I've coached hundreds of different people. I've filmed hundreds of videos, thousands of videos, but for hundreds of different people, and I've witnessed the trouble that they have talking to a camera. So the easiest and best way to get around this is to pick one specific person that you're talking to and put their name in a picture close to the camera. All right, just put their face there or think about them when you're looking at the camera. Don't think, oh my gosh, this could be 5 people, 10 people. I just got a new subscriber, so now it's 11 people. It could be 50 people, 100,000. This video could go, oh my God, who am I talking to? Just cut that shit out and pick one specific person and just talk to them and try to solve their problem. All right. Moving on. The second idea for increasing watch time. All right. If you think that you're going to be hitting 1,000 subscribers, first, Add graphics, memes, stock footage, and funny edits. Okay, one of the most popular ways to increase watch time is to add various elements in post-production to increase engagement and interest in the topic. This is very simple, straightforward. Of course, if you've been on YouTube, you see it. But if something pops up and it releases some dopamine for whoever's watching it, they're going to want to see if something else pops up. All right, that's the whole premise behind this. If you don't personally have experience editing or producing video, consider hiring or consulting someone who does. The amount of text, subtitles, graphics, images, and stock video added to your channel and videos has been shown to increase view duration. This trick alone can highly increase watch time with your videos. You should be able to monetize a channel just talking into the camera if you're good, if you get good. All right, that's the goal. Okay, but you can be adding all this stuff to make it even saucier, right? So your goal should first be, can I turn on the camera and engage an audience for 10 plus minutes on this topic without any of that fancy stuff? If the answer is yes, YouTube is your platform, okay? If you can turn on a camera and just go, there's a good crypto guy that does this on YouTube, Lorenzo. All right, look up Lorenzo Crypto. He doesn't add any fancy stuff, and he's got a huge audience. He just turns on the camera and he just goes. And his stuff's great, right? People love it. People watch it. And he's been very successful with that, along with being successful in crypto. But he doesn't need to add any of that. And in turn, it saves him so much effort because he didn't create and start his brand that way. So he doesn't have to continue it, right? He can just turn on the camera, go create a video, post it. His channel's monetized. Boom. He's making money every time he does that, right? Here's a quick note. I mentioned hiring or consulting someone who knows more about creating content. I advise everyone I work with to try to get your channel profitable before spending money on production or outsourcing a video editor. If you have a lot of money, you got millies in the bank, and your time is more valuable doing other things, then go for it. But please do not go broke hiring a team to monetize your YouTube channel. I do not recommend that. All you need is an iPhone and this episode to get started. And you can watch our content, 8482 Media's YouTube channel, for follow along tutorials that are very easy. And again, comment your questions and we'll help you out for free to get to that goal of monetization. You don't need to go broke doing this. Save your money, put it back into yourself, invest in yourself first. And then once you have excess, you can start hiring a team. All right. We're moving on to another tip if you have subscribers but lack watch time. Save the best for last, okay? That's our third tip. If you're struggling to hit your watch time threshold, consider creating what I refer to as countdown content, right? Like top 10, top 5, top 3 videos, right? Here's an example video that I found, the top 10 classified government secrets that the Anonymous leaked recently. Wow. All right. Within the first 5 hours, that video got 20,000 views. And I bet you that the watch time on it is very high because nobody just wants to know the first classified government secret. They want to know all 10, right? So if you have trouble with watch time, keep that in mind. It's going to increase your watch time. Number 4, post 10-minute videos. YouTube is going to immediately increase impressions for any video with a watch time of over 7 minutes. YouTube will immediately increase impressions for a video with a watch time of over 7 minutes. Okay, remember that. It's a fact. The goal of YouTube is to keep people on their platform. By posting videos over 10 minutes, you're increasing your chances of having watch time over 7 minutes, therefore increasing the watch time of your entire channel. And again, we're trying to hit that 4,000 hours. The longer the videos you post, the higher chance you have of increasing watch time. Okay, but then again, we need to consider AVD, average view duration. If people aren't watching those videos and the average view duration is very low because they're not engaging, go back to that list of tips that I recommended with being the host of your own videos or contributing to the things that are contributing to the host of the video not being able to engage for over 7 minutes. All right, let's move on to number 5. Tell your audience in the beginning what will happen in the end. Your audience has no reason to watch until the end of your video unless you provide them a reason to. This is very simple, but it's completely changed people's channels. By simply telling your audience why they should watch until the end of your video, you are clearly providing a reason and incentive for why the video is important from start to finish. Incentive. Are you providing your audience an incentive to watch for longer periods of time? Find and write down some creative ways that you can do that. This simple strategy is used by a large number of successful YouTubers and will increase your view duration across all your videos you use it on. Here's an example I used in the beginning of this episode that I will illustrate again with some more flashy words to make it stand out even more so you get the drift. Okay? At the end of this episode, you're going to get access to the bonus section, which will be your $1 million cheat sheet to quickly become a YouTube ninja, stealing all your competitors' ad revenue by making videos that their audience can't help but watch. Or something like that, right? Just get creative with it. Okay? But I kept it simple. You don't need to be a ninja stealing all your competitors' ad revenue, but it sounds pretty cool, right? See how you can incorporate similar ways to mention something in the beginning of your video that gets people to want to watch till the end. Get creative with it, have fun with it, but remember to include it. We're now going to get into some ideas to increase your subscriber count for those of you that believe your channel is going to hit the 4,000 hours of watch time milestone first. Number one, you can incentivize subscribers by offering giveaways. A great way to incentivize new subscribers is to offer a giveaway to potential subscribers. Here's some examples. If you offer a cash bonus of $1,000 to one of the first 1,000 subscribers, I've seen this happen many times. I personally haven't used it, but your subscribers, I bet, are going to be encouraged to hit that subscribe button, right? This is commonly used. I don't. That's not my style. It's just an example, okay? And you don't have to use cash. You can get creative with other giveaways. Okay, if you sell online products, if you offer discounts, if you have a physical location, you can offer incentives and giveaways in replace of that example. Number two, create relevant, time-sensitive content. If your channel is having trouble gaining subscribers, a great way to seal the deal is to provide more relevant content. I'm talking about stuff that's happening in the world right now, trending topics. Here's why. If viewers know that your channel's content provides relevant information that could increase their status, they will subscribe to your channel. Go to Google Trends and view what topics are being searched in your niche. You can look at trending topics for the year, month, week, or even on a daily basis, depending on the search volume. Draw inspiration from those topics to pick up some extra traction. This tactic is commonly referred to as newsjacking. I like to call it reverse engineering the goal. If the goal is getting subscribers and watch time, first, find out what people are searching. Google Trends, all right? That's the key. Trends.google.com. Then create content on those topics. Tip number 3, respond to all comments and pin comments on all videos. I've personally subscribed to channels after they acknowledge my comment, and a lot of users do this as well. Engaging with every single person that interacts with your channel is one of the best ways to create a community of subscribers who appreciate the fact that you care. Number 4, comment on other channels. Reaching out to other channels in your niche is a great way to generate awareness within your industry. Here's a trick, okay? If you can comment on recently posted videos in your niche that are gaining serious traction while providing insight and answering their viewers' questions before they do, you will get clicks and bring back users to your channel. Just imagine that. If you got really good at that. And use this, because this is a secret. Go find your competition. Whenever they post a video, you don't even need to watch it. Just pause it, go through the comments, and just start answering all of the questions in a super awesome, nice way. Those users are going to be like, wow, thank you. You answered my question before this guy did. Then they'll go check out your channel. All right, boom, subscribers. Number 5, study the most trending video titles. If you search on YouTube for a relevant title or video that you would like to create, you're going to have the option to view the most viewed videos in the past 24, 48, 72 hours, or you can select the past week, the past month. Note which videos in your industry have gained the most traction and recreate similar videos that are slightly different. Hopefully, they're better, right? Try to create them in a way where they're better. This is a great way to increase your exposure, therefore increasing your subscriber count. All right, so we are going to move on now from reverse engineering the goal. That is a ton of information. If you haven't taken notes, you're going to probably remember just a few little things that stood out, but you can go back and listen and take in a lot more of those things, all right? Because a lot of that information is key to helping you monetize your YouTube channel. And as you approach those goals and as you see, they might be neck and neck, right? That's perfect if you're gaining subscribers and 1,000 hours of watch time, 4,000 hours of watch time at the same time. But if you're not, go back to that section, review it, and see how you can increase whichever one is lower than the other. Moving on to part 2, niche research. All right. This is if you're starting from scratch. If you know you want to do YouTube, but you don't know exactly what you want to do, this section is going to be great for you. If you are on YouTube and you've been posting content and it's not working and you want to be able to find out how to make it work better, all right, this is going to be great for you because it's going to be talking about your niche and the content that you should be creating for it. Step number 1, you guys, just your initial job is to make a list of your competitors. Once complete, refrain from looking at the people on the list as your competitors. All right, you want to look at them as your teachers now, okay? And then, of course, you want to pass them later on, but don't look at them as your competitors. Of course, your goal should be to crush them in every category, but they've done something special. Take note of every single thing they do well. If there's someone who's doing it better than you, regardless of how hard it is, to, get angry at them or despise them or just get jealous, at least find some space to give them credit where credit is due. What did they do that works that you can replicate and make better? That is where your focus should be. Find your own voice and decide what it is that you can do better than those people, those channels. An important consideration is that quality is not always the answer. For example, if your competitors make quality videos with multiple camera angles, cinematic shots, $1 million edits, and all this crap, consider competing with them on a different playing field. Maybe you can produce short, simple tutorials answering the same exact questions they answer in a fraction of the time with nearly no effort, right? That's what I'm doing with 8482 Media's tutorial channel. There's people that create these incredible tutorials and they're amazing and they're 20 minutes long and they're all focused about, them. I want to flip that on its head and just focus on you and provide you with tutorials that fix your problem in the quickest way possible. And people have found the channel without really trying and they appreciate that, right? So that's my strategy because I don't want to invest millions of dollars into budget. I don't want to invest thousands of hours into time when it comes to producing that channel, okay? Because we're focused on client work and building out these much bigger brands. That strategy alone could kickstart your channel and get you monetized, right? That's the whole point of this. Let's move on to video setup. So when it comes to getting your channel monetized, you need to clearly understand how your videos are going to look. They could be screen recorded tutorials, single camera angles, headshots, high production video shoots, screen recorded videos, right? Think about what is best for your channel, both short-term and long-term. You do not need to compete with the best of the best. Remember, we're aiming to gain the attention of then add 6 zeros, 5% of YouTube's global audience. The bar is really, really low. Imagine if you just had to graduate 0.0000005% of your class, or you just had to get that on a test in order to pass, right? You'd pass with flying colors. Okay, so the main thing is you stay consistent. Okay, and you choose something when it comes to your video setup that you can keep doing, that doesn't burn you out, and you're going to get there, all right? The question you should be asking yourself is, what is the least amount of effort I can put into getting my YouTube channel monetized? If you're struggling, right? If you're just trying to get it off the ground, you don't have a budget, what is the least amount of effort I can put into getting my YouTube channel monetized? If you know you want to be a YouTuber for the rest of your life or you have unlimited time and finances, then you can do quality from the get-go. But if you're trying to monetize a channel as an additional revenue stream or to supplement an already thriving business, I advise you do not invest 5 to 6 figures into production. In an ideal world, your channel should be monetized before you invest a single dollar, and it is not as hard as you think. We're going after 0.0000005%. Okay? And quick note here, when I say quality, there's a lot of different forms of quality. I'm going to record an episode on 11 different forms of quality that I've noticed that go into videos that work well on different platforms. Some platforms really lend to other forms of quality. And what I mean is, motion quality, video quality, audio quality, color quality, story quality, duration quality. There's a lot of different forms of quality. So don't just think that when I say quality, I mean video quality, but it's a good place to start at least. Quality is just, paying attention to all the different aspects of a video. You could think of it like that. To summarize, how can you gain attention in the most effortless way possible? Think about that for your channel. Let's get into growth hacks. The answer is documenting what you already do on a daily basis. This is how you're going to grow your channel. If you are a video editor, screen record 10 tutorials per day based on skills you are already using on a day-to-day basis that will supplement your current business model, right? If you're a personal trainer, film 10 simple how-to exercises per day based on exercises you're prescribing to clients on a regular basis, okay? So see what I'm doing here? What are you doing during the day? What's your daily routine? Could you actually just film that in a way where you could gain attention? Therefore, it's sustainable so that you can actually do it every day, stay consistent, and make sure that you don't quit before you get your channel monetized. Once it's monetized, then of course, you're going to be able to put more money into it, put more time into it because you've built something that works, right? But how can we do that fast? And how can we start today? How can we start tomorrow? Well, it's just by doing exactly that. It's by finding, 10 different things that you can do on a day-to-day basis or a weekly basis or even a monthly basis, post 10 videos a month that already exist in your lifestyle or business. Okay. Soon enough, you'll not only be able to provide instructional videos to either your clients or team members, but you'll have created a viable passive income stream through establishing a monetized YouTube channel. So I'm going to provide a couple more examples. If you're a college student, you could start creating educational tutorials on everything you're learning, right? If students did this, they would be able to make money while getting straight A's, right? Because instead of studying, they can screen record, create presentations about what they're trying to study, post those as YouTube videos, understand the content because they're teaching it, get straight A's, and by the time they graduate, they're making 6 figures on YouTube. Another example, if you're a programmer, record your screen, set up a mic, and explain what you're doing while you work. If you're currently getting paid for something and can create tutorials based on your current job, that's my favorite and most recommended video setup, right? Because it takes little to no effort. Once your first channel is monetized, you can restart it. You can change directions. You can explain why you did what you did. But most importantly, you've created a passive revenue stream without taking an endless amount of time out of your current routine and without spending thousands of dollars. Reinvest all the money that you're making from YouTube back into the videos, and you'll be making over 6 figures in ad revenue alone after a few years of consistently posting videos. That's not a guarantee, but I've seen it work, and that's the best practice that I can recommend for growth hacks. Here's something that I advise all my clients to do, as I've mentioned before, is keep expenses as low as possible. If you're attempting to create screen recorded tutorials, you can easily use Vimeo to create high quality screen recordings. If you're recording video tutorials, there's no need to purchase a high quality camera before you successfully monetize a channel. As of now, Mr. Beast is one of the highest paid YouTubers on earth, making upwards of 20 million per year, right? Much more than that this last year. He started with an iPhone and didn't upgrade until his channel was profitable. You shouldn't have to reinvent the wheel. Just do what works for everyone else. If you can't gain enough traction off an iPhone or a webcam, the problem isn't the iPhone or the webcam, it's you. Continue to work on your camera presence and storytelling, or switch your niche. All right, this game is 100% adaptable. There are countless monetized channels that I can think of that don't even speak good English, yet they cover popular topics in English and talk about crypto, finance, or the decentralized web, and therefore have the traction and demand to reach their first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Part 5, we're going to be talking about hitting targets. When people mention YouTube growth hacks, the first thing I think of is software, right? Software that's going to help you show up in Google searches and YouTube searches. Since YouTube is owned by Google, it is one of the only social media platforms that doesn't just promote recently posted content, okay? TikTok, it's going to promote content that was recently posted, and then that content slowly gets less and less and less views. Instagram, you post something, gets a bunch of likes. It's not blowing up, 2 years later getting 1,000 likes. It just kind of trickles out, dies out, and adds to your page. A video that gets posted to YouTube, on the other hand, is going to last forever and integrate with Google's search engine. For example, if you Google search how to do a dumbbell curl, right? That's an exercise with a dumbbell that you see a lot of people doing in the gym. At the time of recording this episode, you're going to see a video that I filmed and produced for Mind Pump Media on titled "The Only Way You Should Be Doing Bicep Curls." Okay, as of now, the video has over 3 million views and continues to gain hundreds of thousands of views every month since it answers the question, how to do a dumbbell curl, better than any other content. And Google has chose to feature that as a snippet, right? This has created a huge amount of traction towards the Mind Pump channel. Imagine if your video showed up every single time someone Googled how to grow my biceps. Well, it's entirely possible. A simple growth hack is to film videos that answer questions. How to. Okay? Tutorials are one of the easiest ways to gain enough traction long-term to monetize your channel and grow your brand. Regardless of your niche, how-to tutorials are my number one pick for where to start when creating YouTube content. There's an example, and that is some of the longer form watch time videos that I recommended, the meditation music, study beats, or if you have a podcast. If you have a podcast, of course, you can implement that how-to as well if you're talking about certain things. But how-tos are a great way to start. So you can think about how you can add some how-to videos to your channel to bump your rankings and allow people to be able to find you forever through searching for relevant content. Take some time to Google search how to ... anything in your niche. And keep an eye on those videos and watch those videos. Brainstorm how it could be improved and film it for yourself to maintain ownership over that Google search forever, or at least a piece of ownership. Think about videos as real estate in an online world. Your niche is a city, right? San Francisco, for example. Let's say your niche is training basketball athletes. There's other people that live in San Francisco, right? There's other houses that have been created for that niche and those searches, but you can also, build a house right next to theirs. And if they have a super cool house and they've got the title done, it's got millions of views and it's all fancy and it's got that bougie setup, well, you can just steal it. It's got a nice view. I want that view too. Create a better version of that video and you can own a piece right next to that. I'm not saying that you're going to get a house, just, maybe one day, if you do it right, you'll be able to buy a house with a nice view in San Francisco. I want to cover some softwares for you that are going to help you on this journey. Softwares that integrate with YouTube that I recommend are TubeBuddy and vidIQ. Okay, both of these softwares will provide you with relevant keywords to use in titles along with tags to increase your video's potential SEO score. And SEO is going to be great for those how-to videos. A few different ways you can be found on YouTube. YouTube can push your content through suggested videos, or people can search for content and they can find your video. And boosting your SEO score and creating how-to videos are going to be evergreen content that people might search for, that they'll find your channel with. You're not going to post one video and YouTube's going to pick it up and make it go viral. Okay, that's the standard. Or if you do, it's extremely rare. A better way to go about this is to focus on SEO and focus on searches so that you can collect watch time and views. All right, these softwares are not just recommended by me and 8482. They are highly recommended by many successful YouTubers, and I use them daily to save time and increase results for myself and clients. When it comes to hitting targets, we need to understand the YouTube algorithm and the basic metrics that will make or break your channel. And again, those are click-through rate and view duration. A video's CTR, click-through rate, is determined by the amount of impressions it gets compared to the amount of views it receives. The only metric that YouTube has to measure to determine a CTR are the thumbnail and video title. If someone decides to click on your video, it is due to your thumbnail and or title. By looking at your video's analytics, you'll be able to review every single video's CTR on your YouTube channel. Any CTR over 5%, your YouTube channel should continue pushing in front of a larger audience. The higher the CTR, the better. The lower the CTR, the less chance you have of reaching more viewers on YouTube. If nobody wants to click on your thumbnail or title, YouTube's going to slowly sink your video down into the deepest part of the YouTube ocean, and you do not want to be there. All right, understand that the goal of YouTube is to keep viewers on the platform, and this should make everything will click and make sense if you just understand this. YouTube wants to keep viewers on the platform. How does it do that? Inevitably, it's going to promote the content on the platform that people click on the most and watch for the longest periods of time. CTR and view duration, VR. If your CTR is under 5%, you should immediately update both the thumbnail and title of the video. If your CTR is above 5%, don't mess with it. A lot of people try to mess with it to, increase the click-through rate, and they use all these fancy testing sites like ClickUp and all this different stuff. I can say with certainty that I think that my strategies have worked much better. Even if you think the thumbnail and or title are garbage, if it's above 5%, like I've had some thumbnails or titles that are like at 9%, and visually it looks like they could be better. So people are like, oh, we should update this. No, just leave it there. It's at 9%. It's great. YouTube's going to take it and run with it. And people don't always like to click on the prettiest things because people like to watch ugly shit too. It's never a good idea to mess up something that's working really well, regardless of how much better you think you can make it. As my first mentor ever taught me, data wins every time. And if you understand that, monitoring YouTube analytics will be your best friend when it comes to monetizing your YouTube channel. On average, 0.5% of people that view your video will subscribe to your channel, and 14% of people that subscribe to your channel will watch your new videos. With that being said, in order to gain the initial 1,000 subscribers, you will need to, on average, get 200,000 views on your entire content library. That could be from a single video or an entire library of 100 to 1,000 videos. I advise you to select a niche or style of video and maintain a consistent posting schedule until you reach your target of 1,000 subscribers. From my perspective, although I see the majority of channels hit the subscriber milestone first, it's the most important. If you reach 1,000 subscribers, all you need to do in order to monetize your channel is post a high volume of videos until you reach that 4,000 hours of watch time. Or you can actually sign up for a Google Ads account, push your videos out in front of more people, collect that 4,000 hours of watch time if you're desperate to monetize your channel, and it will happen quick. If you have people watching your videos but can't get anyone to subscribe, you have a bigger problem, a major problem. Therefore, focusing on creating interesting evergreen tutorials or relevant noteworthy content has repeatedly been the answer to how to monetize a YouTube channel in the quickest time possible. If you're starting from zero and listening to this episode to get a clear answer on what to do first, listen up. My $1 million advice is to map out 1,000 videos that are relevant and evergreen that would benefit your channel and or business. I've done it. You should do it. It works. But what about the people that just post 5 videos and get their channel monetized? Please. It doesn't work. The truth is, most of the time, that does not work. You only heard about it because it happened once or twice or 3 times, but most of the time it doesn't work. 0.25 to 0.4% of YouTube channels, all YouTube channels are monetized. So if you map out 1,000 videos or even 100, but I'm telling you to do 1,000, you can take my advice or leave it, that are relevant and evergreen, and you work slowly on creating those with that light at the end of the tunnel, you'll be monetized far before you get there. What I mean by evergreen is that they could be searched for and show up years from now. Filming a video on what the weather was like on January 2nd, 2021 is not an evergreen video. Filming a video on the weekly price point of Tesla stock in November of 2020 is not an evergreen video. Filming a video on how to cook fried eggs is an evergreen video. Filming a video on how to edit a vlog for YouTube, that's an evergreen video. So take a week to map out a variety, potentially 1,000, of how-to evergreen tutorials that you could film that would kickstart your channel with the long-term vision you have for it. And of course, as mentioned, it can change. I can almost guarantee that you will not need to film all 1,000 videos before you reach your target, but here are some key points to remember. 1, don't stress about the quality of the videos until you're monetized and profitable. 2, focus on the relatability and entertainment of your host and voice. 3, closely monitor the success of each video after 7 days. If any of the videos on your list perform above average, immediately record a similar video to that one and let the data of which videos are a hit drive the next video. Just as successful civilizations adapt, successful YouTube channels do the same. Notice if a specific topic or title takes off and dominate that concept or idea with your next 3 to 5 videos before continuing to test the next item on your top list of 1,000. That's the quickest way to monetization. Tip number 4, if nothing works, consider restructuring your titles completely. If your channel is at a complete loss and none of your content is working, consider completely changing your approach through dialogue and communication. We all know in life and relationships that communication is arguably the most important thing to consider. Here's an example of how to change your YouTube titles so that they perform better for the masses. An example of a title that didn't perform. How to perform the Zotman curl. What? What's a Zotman curl? If you know, you know. Congratulations, you're a badass. If you don't know, here's an example of a successful change. The secret exercise bodybuilders use to grow their biceps. Boom. The first title you might think is boring and obviously would never get views. That's wrong. In fact, it's extremely specific, and I would preferably title a Zotman curl tutorial, How to Perform the Zotman Curl. Here's the issue. You might think a tutorial or instructional video will hit a home run. Unfortunately, until you are a YouTube superstar, 99 out of 100 times you will be completely wrong. If after 30 to 60 days your YouTube video has no traction, consider completely changing the tags, thumbnail, description, and title. There are a few instances, which I'm going to cover later on, where videos pick up years after they are posted. But in this episode, I'm not trying to make you money 10 years from today. It's titled How to Monetize a YouTube Channel in Under 100 Days and Make Money from Anywhere in the World as a YouTuber. If your goal is to monetize your channel as quickly as you can, your goal should be 1, hitting the benchmarks of 200,000 views in whatever way you see fit for business. 2, creating 1,000 plus video ideas so that you have continuous content ideas to test when nothing hits. 3, responding to every comment and helping everybody who interacts with your channel. 4, obsessively monitor the CTR of each video and change it if it's under 5% after 30 days. 5, let the top performing videos dictate the next content on the channel. For example, if you post a video on how to cook shortbread and it gets 2,000 views within 30 days, consider filming another video on how to cook gluten-free shortbread. These are 2 separate videos, but your goal should be to make them as similar as possible, knowing that the first video performed well. This strategy will provide a consumer-based direction for your YouTube channel and give you data-based decisions on what content to film next, right? Your list of 1,000 videos is great, but the goal of that list is to find the 5 to 10 themes that hit and ride that wave until your channel's monetized. When I create a viral video for TikTok or Instagram, it's immediate. It's not like I'm going to post a video on TikTok and it will go viral next year, right? If I'm posting on Facebook, IG, or TikTok, I'm going to know really quick whether or not that video is taking off. YouTube is a complete other beast. Honestly, some of the most viral content I posted on YouTube took off after over 100 days. That is unheard of in the social media space, for the most part, on other platforms. If you've had any hesitation up until this point about what platform you should be spending your only life pursuing, this is the moment where I hope you realize that YouTube should be your focus. Once you reach the monetization threshold, you make money. For every single view you get on your channel, you're going to make money. That's where passive income can come in. That's where you can create a reliable stream of income without needing to do anything. I'm going to give you a quick example. I built a channel that is doing over $7,000 in revenue. I haven't posted on that channel for the last 8 months, and it's still doing $6,000 to $7,000 of revenue for that client. You get my drift? That's passive income. A lot of these other models of passive income, they're not passive income. But if you can build a channel the right way, where it's continuously getting views with evergreen style content, that's passive income. Patience is either a strong suit of yours or not. The truth is, if you post a compilation of quality videos and wait 6 to 12 months, you very well might have more subscribers than imaginable. There's a strong possibility your channel could even be monetized. That being said, depending on your timeline or need for exponential growth, the amount of videos you post matters. Consistency is key until you reach that milestone of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. I encourage you to re-listen to this episode and revisit the bonus section, which I'm going to go through in a second, whenever you would like to refresh your memory on the key factors when creating and monetizing a YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for listening. I really hope that this brought you some value. If it did, all I ask is you leave a rating on this show. It takes less than 10 seconds. Just click 5 stars or whatever you would like to. I would appreciate it. Let's get into the bonus section. Congratulations, you're here. You've listened through this blueprint. The copy is available at 8482media.com. Or, of course, you can find it on Amazon, but this is a free version that you can listen to as many times as you wish. Now it's time to get it done. If you want to monetize a YouTube channel in under 100 days and make money from anywhere in the world as a YouTuber, here's your checklist. Okay, this is your bonus checklist. I'm going to be going over 24 checklist points, and I'm going to be reading them directly from the blueprint, again, that you can get on Amazon or from 8482media.com. Number 1, take a week to create a spreadsheet on competitors, successful videos that you could recreate in your own way, trending relevant content in your niche, and new innovative ideas that you're passionate about. Number 2, start a new channel. If you've created a channel in the past that has been around forever, delete it. Get a new start with a new account and rebuild trust with Google by staying consistent and active while pursuing your 100-day goal of monetization. Number 3, allocate an honest and realistic amount of time per day towards creating content. Number 4, let that time dictate the quality of your videos. You will need to post 1 to 3 videos per day for 100 consecutive days to 100% reach monetization. There are exceptions to this rule if you would like to pay for reach, run ads, network, or collaborate with other YouTubers. I am recommending this strategy to anyone who has nothing. No connections, no idea of how to get recognized. They live in a town in the middle of nowhere. It's going to take a mass amount of content, but you can do it. A lot of people out there are just talking about the person who's privileged, about the person who lives in the big city, about the person who has connections, about the person who has money. I want to include the person who doesn't here. 1 to 3 videos posted every single day. They don't need to be crazy without taking a day off. 100 days. Number 5, short versus long form content. As of now, YouTube doesn't allow YouTube Shorts to be monetized, but they are great for reaching a potential new audience. In order to post a YouTube short and get YouTube to pick it up, you must post a vertical video That's resolution is 1080 by 1920 and include hashtag shorts in the title and or description of the video. Number 6, make your videos as long and as engaging as possible. YouTube loves videos with an average watch time of 7 minutes or more. Number 7, try to get 200,000 views as fast as you can. Number 8, if one video hits, make a similar batch of videos and post them immediately before continuing to the next video or idea on your list. Number 9, if you have the budget, install a software like vidIQ or TubeBuddy to help you improve the SEO score of your content. Number 10, monitor the CTR and watch time of all videos after they have been posted for 30 days. Change the thumbnail and or title on all videos that have a CTR under 5%. Number 11, comment on all competitors' channels and answer their viewers' questions before they do. Number 12, respond to all positive comments on your channel and respond to hate with love. Number 13, don't be a perfectionist and never delete a video you post until your channel is monetized. Number 14, remember that some videos will pick up after 30 days, 50 days, or even 100 days. 15, go into your YouTube channel's analytics and spend as much time understanding the back end of your channel as possible. Number 16, regularly comment potential video titles into YouTube and toggle to view most viewed in the past 24 hours to see if anything is trending related to your idea. Watch those videos before you record yours and make your content better. Number 17, once you hit 1,000 subscribers, post as many videos as possible to catch the 4,000 hours of watch time. Number 18, remember that only public watch time hours count towards your watch time requirements. Number 19, make your YouTube titles open-ended and catchy. Example, finding the hacker who stole $20,000 from me, or how I got rich are very open-ended, catchy titles that leave viewers guessing and needing the full story. Number 20, intelligently add cards to your video. YouTube allows you to add multiple links to other videos, websites, playlists, or channels within your video called cards. Adding these annotations helps to link your videos to other similar videos within your channel. 21, explain what the video will cover in the first 10 seconds. Tip number 22, make sure the description of your video includes all relevant keywords. The first sentence of your description should include your video title, and the description box should be filled with the transcription or relevant moments and keywords from within the video. Number 23, ask people to subscribe at least once per video. Number 24, be relentless and post consistently. As always, thank you for your time and attention. This show would not be possible without the support, ideas, and growing community of data-driven creators that make creating content a fun and competitive way to earn a living. Best of luck to you in your business. I hope you achieve all the fame and success that you wish for while you're here. Dozo.